What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing good. My voice might sound bad because I have flu, you know, and I've been at home for I think for a week now. So yeah, it's quite cold in Cape Town. Just decided to go out a bit, just get some fresh air, so that we can chat about today's topic, which is money and profits, right? So a lot of people have been asking like, how do you come to a point whereby you stop looking at the bigger numbers and then focusing on the small numbers and then stay consistent with that, right? This is based on my interview with Ngobil. If you haven't watched that, you can check the link down below. I'm gonna attach that there. That worked for me, and what also is currently helping me is that I started valuing money. Didn't matter how much I wanted to make on the market, but I started valuing it on what it will do, the impact it will make within my life, right? So you will find that I was, maybe let's say $10 for example, right? There's a lot that you can do with $10. For example, going to town from where I stay for an Uber, it's about 200 rands, right? So if you do withdraw like $10, that means my plus minus 180, you only need 20 rand extra to Uber to town, right? You can even take a taxi, right, whereby it would cost you like 25 rand, which is to go to town, to come back to town, and then when you get to town, you still have money for lunch, bag at KFC, bag at Burger King, McDonald's, wherever you want to eat, and then go for a meeting if you are gonna be meeting someone, right? So I stopped focusing on the 10Ks, 20Ks, 5Ks, because those are money that will solve a lot of problems at a one go, right? But then at $10, what it does is it solves one problem at a time, right? Small profit solves one problem at a time, which this is the problem that a lot of traders are currently struggling with. They have so much small problems which they can sort out with $5, $10, $20, $30 that they're floating on the market, but then they don't see that yet because they are combining all those problems, and then they are putting those problems into one basket where now they want to make profits, and then they want to withdraw how much? They want to withdraw 10K, which it will solve those problems. But how big is your account? Let's start there. How big is your account? What type of account are you trading with? Are you trading the micro account, standard account? What's your leverage, right? What pair are you trading, right? The trade that you just caught, is it going to give you like 100 pips, right? In order for you to sort about the loss, it's a truck passing by. Is it going to give you 100 pips, right? You need to have all those answers before you even look at the 10K, because sometimes you find that you enter a trade, you wake up in the morning, you analyze, you see a certain gold, you take it. The gold sell is going to give you like say $10 for example, right? No, 70 pips for example, but then your account is 500 rands, right? You take with the 0.01, it moves into profits. You're floating at 200 for example, going down, pushing down, you enter another position, it floats at 400, and now you start putting together the numbers that, if I can enter maybe a 0.10, then by now I would have maybe 1,000 rand going up, right? And then if this market can push to that point with the entries that I've taken, this means, sorry, this means I can flow, I can make the 10K, and then I can do 1 2 3 and so on, right? But then if you were to think about it and be like, this trade, what if it doesn't break these lows the way it's currently reacting, right? And just remove your problem from the trade, remove your everything that you have from the trade, and stop attaching your issues to the trade, and then just focusing on the trade itself. If I can close this trade at this previous low based on what the market is currently showing me, and you close, let's say, with 300 rand, what can I do with the 300 today, right now? What can I do with it? You don't have electricity, for example. You're running out of electricity. Okay, cool, you withdraw, you take 150, you buy 150 electricity, and then you are left with 150. What are you gonna do with the 150? You open your fridge, you check if there's anything you need. If your fridge is full, okay, cool. Do you have internet? Do you have data? Do you have airtime? Okay, it's winter now, do you have a cap, right? Things like that. It's small stuff that we ignore, that we can solve with these small profits that we make from the market. Once you start following that plan, where you start noting down your small problems on how much they cost to solve, right? Sometimes you owe someone 100 rand, you withdraw the 300, you pay that someone, you have now removed the problem in your life, right? So now that also motivates you as a trader when you go back to the market to do what, to focus and be like, yo, the last time I take 300, I was managed to solve that what problem, but now let me see how much I can make from the market. Don't go there with the mindset that my face looks so dry, you know. When you're sick, everything just become a mess. Don't go to the market with how much you want to make. Go to the market with what is the market going to give me today, right? Is the market going to give me 100 pips? Okay, cool. Let me see my stop loss, right? Let me see my take profit. Okay, 100 pips. How about I risk maybe 30 pips on this trade? Okay, I'm gonna be risking $3 to make $10. All right, and then gradually, once you start doing that, right, you get the momentum, you're withdrawing, you're ticking the boxes, you're scraping the problems that you're solving bit by bit. By the time you look, you didn't need the 5k at once, you didn't need the 10k at once, right? You only needed consistent execution in the market, closing the trades, taking those trades, and making that money, withdrawing those profits, and be able to pay those problems, right, to solve those problems bit by bit. And then from there, you take the same method, you go to the problems. When you get there, that's where now the shift can change. You start doing what? You start upping your lot size. Maybe you start using a zero 0.5. Now instead of making a $10, you're making $50. You understand where I'm going, right? Instead of making now like $30, you're making maybe plus minus $90, right? Your odds are going up based on the leverage that you're using, but it all started what? With accepting those small profits that you are making on a daily basis, so that they can make change your life and see it in front of you that, yo, my life is changing bit by bit. And then from there, once you see that you have enough money to invest in a prop firm, you do that, right? Before you even go to stack up your account, go to a prop firm first, try it out. If you don't understand how a prop firm works, I have a lot of videos that I've uploaded on the channel. Go check them out. If you have any questions, I'm gonna put my WhatsApp down below. Guys, I'm getting cold, just wanna go back inside. Much love, comment. Let's take the channel to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Peace out.